Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. Hey, special announcement that was yesterday on the Gundam Info YouTube. They had some Gundam conference talking about some stuff. New Gundam series by Hideaki Anno. Now, if you don't know Hideaki Anno, Evangelion is probably what you might remember or know the most. Let's see. And, you know what, for me personally, Gunbuster is what I'm most familiar of from his and I enjoyed Gunbuster. I think that's amazing. I've tried watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. Couldn't really get into it. Maybe it needs to settle or take some time. But the one that really landed with me is Shin Godzilla. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite Godzilla movies. And I think during all this time doing Gundam Explained, talking with Steven, I'm always thinking, you know, what would it be like if he was to make a Gundam? Now, he did do some work on Char's Counterattack, and I hate to be that guy that says, you know, that is kind of on the lower end of Universal Century for me, but it's still pretty neat. But if he was to completely take on a Gundam series. So yeah, the Gundam Info had this YouTube trailer they put out yesterday. Go and check it out for Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuX. I mean, there's a lot of U's. There's 6 U's in there, so there's probably a way to pronounce it, and they probably have explained that. But what's neat to see is this aesthetic where it's almost just like chill, modern city life. And, you know, something that reminded me, it has a little bit of The Witch from Mercury, but also my idea of like a Fast and Furious, but with mobile suits. It's kind of what's going on here, where people will do these clan battles, these mobile suit battles where they have to destroy the head. Have we heard that before? I think G Gundam, in order to win a battle. Now, while the main mobile suit we'll look at here in a second looks pretty interesting, there is a Zaku style mobile suit that looks cool. Some more shots of it there, a little more there, kind of seeing all the mechanics going on. I'm very interested in that because it is kind of far out design wise, but there's still some neat stuff going on. And there we go. There's the shot there. It almost evokes more of like the Seed style Zaku. And there we go. Here's a shot of the mobile suit. We'll get a better shot here in a second. But I think the animation looks great for what they're going for here. Character designs are okay. That's very like modern anime style. But style, that's what's going on here, and that's what works for me. So yeah, on Twitter, I retweeted Scanlations. I was like, oh, is this the first Hideaki Anno produced Gundam series? And he says, sadly, he's not producing, but he's on script, storyboard, and design. Actually, that's a lot, and considering he is president of the studio, I think that's kind of what I was getting at, where it's being produced. It's the first time under his sort of leadership that we're getting a Gundam series. The Dragon Dentist, huh? But there's other cool things, you know, all the Evangelion stuff he did that I should get into. Shin Ultraman, Shin Kamen Rider, but the Shin Godzilla, I love Shin Godzilla. Anyway, Sieg New York posted some artwork from it, and here is the high grade. I mean, it looks interesting. It's not my style of mobile suit, but it decided to then go far out to where it doesn't need to be. And here's some close-up shots of it. Again, what I like about the design here is, it's more, I guess, along the lines of Evangelion. It's like further away from Gundam. In fact, you wouldn't even say anything about this really looks like Gundam, except for the fact that it has a lot of white, red, blue, yellow, and then there are 2 protruding points at the top of the head. And then look at that axe. That's a Zaku axe. Here's the back side if you wanted to get some of that, and the thruster pack, that looks pretty cool. It doing some crazy poses, but it's really cool that we're getting this Gunpla so soon. I think they said January 17th, although this is saying scheduled to release February 2025. Okay, so January 17th might just be when the show comes out. It's going to be a series. I don't know if we know how many episodes, but it's going to be there's going to be a movie version where the episodes are cut down into a movie. Okay, here's some cool artwork right here. I gotta say, it looks cool. Again, it's not my type of Gundam, but it looks cool. We see the Heat Hawk in use. That looks really cool. Yeah, Friday, January 17th, 2025. Released at 373 theaters nationwide, but that's Japan. Actually, let me move this in a little more. Okay, let's look at what else is going on. Story. Amate Yuzuriya, a high school girl living peacefully in a space colony floating in space, meets a war refugee girl named Neon and becomes embroiled in an illegal mobile suit dueling competition called Clan Battle. Amate, who goes by the entry name, I like that, Machu. Oh, so we're seeing Sieg Axe on the top here. I don't know if that's what that means exactly. Sieg Axe. No. He drives his car and throws himself into the fierce battles every day. At the same time, an unidentified mobile suit called Gundam, which is being pursued by both the space military and the police, and its pilot, a boy named Shuji, appeared before her. Kind of like the setup that's going on here. And the world was about to enter a new era. Okay, so we got character and mecha. So far for character, we have Amate Izuhuri, we have Meow, is that Nian that we saw earlier, and then Shuji Ito. Okay, her real name is Amate Yuzuriya. She is a high school girl. She felt that her peaceful daily life in colony was somehow fake after meeting Nian. Sieg acts and participates in the clan battles. Looks like there's going to be some other characters they'll be introducing here. Oh, okay, variation. I guess that's her normal suit that she'll be wearing, I guess, when she goes to pilot. And then we have Meow, which again, I saw that as Nian earlier. Nian, however you pronounce that. I'm sure this is the translation. A girl who works as an illegal courier. When her hometown becomes a battlefield and she becomes a refugee, the young girl escapes the colony alone in a small mobile suit without having time to check on her family's safety. She is picked up by a ship and brought to the colony where Machu lives. Her top priority is to survive. Okay, not too much yet. And then we have Shuji Ito. A mysterious boy appears before Machu and Nian. See Nian. That's what I was talking about. Meow. That's funny too. He has been drawing graffiti on the exterior walls of colonies around the country and is on the exterior walls of colonies around the country. That's probably a translation thing. And is wanted by the military police for a certain purpose. He participates in clan battles to earn money. He becomes Machu's Maverick. All right, let's look at the mecha. And I think we really only have information on one, but we did see that Zaku looking variant. A mysterious state-of-the-art mobile suit piloted by Machu. It participates in clan battles as part of the Pomeranians team. So I guess there's going to be those teams. Okay, so looking at it from here, I'm getting vibes from IBO, Witch from Mercury. You know, nothing that would be Universal Century Gundam, but I think that's okay. And again, what I like that's going on here is it's very far out from typical Gundam where, you know, this would be fun to take in and see what it's all about. Okay, you know, I was in the middle of editing this when I came across some new information that I wanted to add in. So this is from the Gunpla Nerd Instagram, and just is saying more backstory on the alternate Universal Century of Mobile Suit Gundam. Alternate Universal Century. Okay, that's very interesting. And it looks like there's a red Gundam and a classic style Gundam with the Evangelion vibes, which it actually looks really cool. I really like this direction it's taking. I can't wait to get some bigger, clearer shots. And then also showing another one where it almost does the unicorn thing where it looks like it's like all white or maybe deactivated mode from Seed or whatever, and then it jumps into color. And the Red Gundam, which uses modified Elmeth bits, is piloted by this universe's version of Char Aznable, who stole the Federation's Gundam and used it to win the war for the Principality. So that's very interesting. Does that mean this show is actually an alternate take on Universal Century where Char wins at the beginning? That's actually pretty interesting. So if anyone has any more information on that, please share it. All right, so with that out of the way, we've got this new Gundam series by Hideaki Anno that's supposed to be about people participating in clan battles with mobile suits, something that's illegal to do. And because of the nature of it being clan battles where you destroy the head unit to win, it makes it think, okay, this might not be about violence. But then it did talk about, you know, it being illegal and that I guess the military is kind of after maybe the mobile suits. And I wonder what kind of conflict we're going to learn about. Is it going to be kind of a bigger story where there's the government and maybe another corporation or government that are at odds and kind of determining the fate of everyone in the space colonies? And could it be that it is still Universal Century and maybe far enough in the future where we get this radical design going on? Or it could just be its own self-contained thing, which is perfectly fine. And I like the direction they're going with all these designs. But again, you know, I'll end here where it's really cool that we get something from Hideaki Anno, considering he does tend to adapt things very well, especially when it comes to like Shin Gundam. Again, I find that to be fantastic. But what do you think? This was a surprise announcement, very cool. We're even getting the Gunpla, and then I think there's a bunch of other collectibles of little figurines of the different characters. But it's cool that we're getting a Gunpla in February. This series comes out in January. I don't even think there was any information about the US release, if there's even going to be a dub. What's going to go on there? I have no idea. If you guys know, let me know below. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, again, comment on maybe some information you have that I didn't put in this video. But anyway, we'll talk later.